I'll be the first to admit it has been far too long since we have done one of these giant firework assortments on the channel. These are the ones that usually cost the most amount of money, but I got this one here for $300 at AmericanWholesaleFireworks.com. And it actually looks like there's some pretty large items inside, so I'm excited about that because usually when it comes to firework assortments, I'm very disappointed and hard to please. Also, to give you an idea as to how big this firework assortment actually is, I just went ahead and put it next to my tire. And then here is a lawn chair for reference. This right here I thought was actually really funny. It says a superb assortment than ever, and it's by Magnus Fireworks brand. All right, this is gonna be kind of like show and tell. So first item right here, it's called Fury Eyes by Magnus Fireworks, and it's just like the frog fountain if you've ever seen that. This is no different. It's got a base, so you just put this on the ground and it produces sparks out of the top and something happens with the eyeballs and the mouth. You do get 2 of those. Now, this is kind of interesting. They did include some gender reveal fireworks. This is called Gender Reveal Idol. I'm not quite sure why they decided to put this in the assortment. I mean, unless they assume people are gonna be doing their gender reveals on the 4th of July, who knows? Also, I don't know which one of these is for a boy and which one is for a girl. There's nothing on the bottom. There's nothing on this side that gives it away. Maybe you're supposed to cut into it to find out. No, I don't think so. Yeah, unless I'm missing something, I don't know. It does not explicitly say whether it's for a boy or a girl. That's really bizarre. Either way, you get 2 of those. Then we have the crazy missile battery here. This is 100 shots in total. Typically, I do not like the 100 shot variants of Saturn missile batteries, but this one, since it doesn't look like it was made in that compress mold style, I think this is gonna be fast paced. Those other ones that are made into a mold, I don't really like those because they go off one at a time and it just gets really annoying. Holy cow, we've got a lot of shells. In fact, we have more than I thought we did. So we have both sets of the All-American artillery shells here. We have shell set A and shell set B. I'm assuming the one on the right is crackling because it's got some crackling stars depicted here on the photos, and this one looks like an assorted color shell type thing. Wait, why does it say boom and noise on there? Do you guys see that? So this says noise. There's no way that these are gonna be salutes. I'm really hoping they are though. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, look at that. I've never seen that. Boom and noise. What the heck? Maybe these things are juiced. Either way, we got 12 of these. All right, so far there's been a lot of doubling up, but I can tell you that these 200-gram cakes are very heavy, so I'm glad we get 2 of them. Like, this is so far the heaviest thing I've pulled out of this kit. This is called Spacewalking, and each one is 16 shots. Pretty cool. I'm using the force. Look at this. I'm using the force. Now, one thing that's kind of interesting is it comes with these 2 3D firework glasses. Using the force again. That's right, I'm Darth Vader.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations.
Now, if you wear these, you're supposed to watch the fireworks with them. I have tried these before, and I've never really had any good luck. Holy cow, if I look at the sun though, I gotta show you guys this. Well, we just lost the rest of the assortment. I'll fix that in a minute. Okay, so we're pointing the camera at the sun. Look at this. So we might actually have to film a couple of these fireworks through these glasses because that is super cool. All right, moving on, we've got even more artillery shells. We have 2 sets of the Magnus Independence artillery shell. In each box, you get 12 shells. So this is already 24 artillery shells right here. And remember, we had the additional 12 plus another 12 of these. This is called Crack of Doom artillery shells, and inside again you do get 12, but these ones are canisters. So what differentiates these from the ball shells is that they're a little bit louder, so we'll probably be doing these last. What is this? We've got the Grand Golden Age fountain. I hate these things. They're box fountains, and I'm gonna show you why I don't like them. Yeah, so it's pretty obvious, just a bunch of wasted space in there. This assortment's actually looking really good. I don't know why they had to throw this in. But what's cool is we also get 100 poppets in total. This is the stuff that the kids like on the 4th of July, so take a look at that. At least you do get some of those. You gotta have these on the 4th. It's kind of like a staple item. All right, these cakes down here at the bottom look pretty promising. This is the King Cobra 25 shot. These are all 200-gram cakes, by the way. We got the Copperhead, another 25 shotter. The Rattler here, which is also 25 shots. They also list all the specs and times here at the bottom, which is cool to see. And lastly, the Pit Viper, also 25 shots. So I would say this pile right here is a pretty good amount of fireworks for the money. Now, the reason I say that, because I know it's still expensive, is because of the lack of generic items. They didn't use any filler items, minus, of course, the box fountain. But I can definitely get past that when we have these top quality quality 200-gram cakes and those artillery shells. So this one here looks like it was worth the money. Now we're gonna get it all set up and light it off for you. All right, this is everything from inside Lethal Mission. We're gonna start small and work our way up. All right, we'll start with the little golden flower fountain, and let's look at it through here. Look at that. So these are those glasses that came with the assortment. Wow. That actually looks pretty cool. Saturn missile battery time. Hopefully not one at a time. Oh, good. Since there were 2 of these in the pack, we're gonna do them both at once. Frog fountain. I'll try to lower the brightness here. There we go. Wonder if we can see through this still. Yeah, look at that. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Looking through the glasses. Check it out. And the gender reveal fountains, so we should get pink and blue if it was done right. So right now they're both blue. There's a blue flame at the bottom, which is really weird. Okay, that's blue. Yeah, this is both for if you're having a boy. What the heck? Look at that. It's so bizarre that they would put these in the assortment. All right, we got 2 of these Spaceman 200-gram cakes, so we're gonna do them both at once. And yes, we'll have to check what this looks like with the glasses too. Whoa. Oh, look at that. It's kind of going out of focus, but it's pretty cool. Man, these are some really nice breaks for its size. That's a true 200-gram cake. Wow. All right, I think we're gonna call it quits on these. King Cobra, 200-gram. Rattler. Wow. That's a nice whirl. You know, it's great when you get these 200-gram cakes in the assortment, but it's even better when they're not generic. These are top quality right here. I know there's still a little bit of light in the sky, but we're doing what we can. Wow. Copperhead. Oh, this is weird. I don't know if they meant to do this or what. Those don't look like real brakes. heck was that? Pit Viper. This is our last cake. See, now the brakes are back to normal. I don't know what the deal was with that last one. Pretty nice duration on that. All right, now it's time for the artillery shells and canister shells that came in the assortment. We're gonna start with these. These are all the ball shells. I got these going up in volleys of 2. Whoa, all right, these are the premium balls now. Got some nice tails. Yeah, big difference between these and the ones that we're firing at first. Look at that. That's a real ball shell. It's what I wish they all looked like. Very impressed with those. All right, we got 12 more of the premium artillery shells, and then the 12 canister shells. Yeah, these aren't gonna get old. Look at that. Breaks like a NOAB. Color changer. Man, these are nice. That was like a bow tie. Wow. All right, we got to be switching over to the cans here soon. Yeah. So these are the canister shells, and I can say these are not even close to as good as the balls. Yeah, the ball shells were way better. The cans might be a little bit louder, but they're not as spherical. Whoa. So that was the loudest break in the whole kit.